I'd say one of the biggest misconceptions about autism is the idea that people with autism don't have empathy. This is incorrect. Empathy can actually be subdivided into other categories such as cognitive empathy and affective empathy. And clearly people with autism can have empathy. Let's give an example. So Greta Thunberg has autism, but she clearly has a planetary level of empathy for the world. And she feels pain when she knows that the world and the people in it are suffering from climate change and what they could potentially suffer in the future. So clearly people with autism can have affective empathy, which is basically feeling the pain of other people. So for example, if someone says to a person with autism that they're in pain, the person with autism is likely to feel their pain, and sometimes autistic people can feel the pain very strongly. But the issue with autism is the challenge with cognitive empathy, which is the ability to build up a model of what someone else might be thinking in your own mind. So for example, if a person with autism to observe people walking around in a shopping centre, the way that they walk, their body language, the speed they're walking, their facial expressions, a person with autism who hasn't had the coaching or maybe support might struggle to understand what they might be thinking, building up a model of what they might be thinking. It doesn't mean that they wouldn't feel something if they knew that person was in pain. They're very likely to feel the pain of someone else, and they can feel it very strongly. Another thing to note is that people with autism can develop cognitive empathy. They can develop what we call theory of mind, but they have their own theory of mind, and they develop it from the ground up through life experience, through pattern recognition. And it's possible for someone with autism to have excellent both affective empathy, as they can have this naturally, but also excellent cognitive empathy. But the difference between them and a neurotypical person is that they would have developed that cognitive empathy by gathering information, gathering data points, going into the world and learning from pattern recognition, also possibly by studying human psychology.